All right, everyone. We'd like to welcome the SCGA's Director of Championships and Golf Operations, Jeff Ninnemann. How you doing, man?
Jonathan, I'm doing well. Doing very well. It's nice to hear your voice and nice to be back on the show.
Yeah, of course. We have a special week coming up here with our SCGA event schedule dropping, a full slate of events to come. But, before we get into that, looking back a little bit, the year from hell has finally come to a close. And, we obviously aren't out of the woods by any means, but despite everything that happened in 2020, the SCGA was able to salvage a pretty significant and meaningful schedule of events for our participants. So when you reflect on 2020 and just the events calendar and everything that you guys did, what's the first thing that's going to come to your mind?
Well, I think like a lot of other folks in just either their work or their day-to-day lives, uncertainty is kind of the first word. And, what I mean by that is I remember, days before some of our biggest events of the year, the California Amateur Championship, being 2 days away and saying, boy, is there a chance this still can't happen? We redid that entire calendar last year, which is no small task, and basically just reimagined the whole way we do things, whether it's our tournament protocols, whether it's all the steps to communicate with players, how people keep score, how people submit scores at the end of a round. Everything just changed, but the troops rallied. I'm incredibly proud of how it went, and the participation was phenomenal. So that's really what I think I'll look back on and remember most.
Yeah, absolutely. Your team rallied. Certainly put behind the eight ball in a couple different situations, and we really we all rallied together and made it worthwhile. So I think we can be proud of that. Now, moving forward, today is a big day. Our entire 2021 events calendar is officially open for registration. So the SCGA, we certainly pride ourselves on providing playing opportunities, for a diverse range of golfers, from the ultra competitive scratch player to the weekend warrior or, everybody in between. So we have something for everyone. Can you give our listeners a rundown of maybe the different opportunities that we provide? We're not necessarily just that high-end competitive event or the USGA qualifier. We do have all sorts of different offerings for everyone.
Yeah, I think you said it well. So to add just a little more light to that, we've got a whole slate of championship offerings. And as you mentioned, these are not just for our elite players, although we do have a lot of those. We really have a championship for men and women of all skill levels, all ages, to really participate in the championship that's right for you. And, I think it's part of our philosophy that every SCGA member, deserves the opportunity to compete in a championship, administered by their region or their golf association. Beyond those championships, as you mentioned, we also offer qualifying for the USGA's championship. So we're going to have 40-plus qualifiers back in 2021. So we're really excited to get those back on the docket for all of you. We've got our one-day series, which they're still competitive. They're very competitive events, but they're just one day, so hence the name. Typically on the weekends, typically on Saturdays. And, those are folks who are maybe looking to dip their toes into the competitive waters. But at the same time, we've got a lot of folks who've played a lot of tournament golf in there. But those are played at net. So, again, regardless of your skill level, the SCGA one-day series is a great place to come out for a tournament experience, again, hosted by the SCGA. Still on our competitive side, we of course have our various league programs, team play, women's team play, and scratch league. Those are all programs, that are typically a little more centered at the club, where all of our member clubs have the opportunity to compete against each other. And then really just the last major program I want to highlight is our member outings. Member outings are not competitive in any way, but they are an opportunity for SCGA members to gain access to some of our best courses here in the region that you might not otherwise have the chance to play. So we've got a whole host of those, including some out of market. We've got trips planned to Bandon Dunes, Pebble Beach. Let's hope Ireland can continue to go through. But again, these are just chances for you and your friends to go play in a non-competitive setting at a great course throughout the Southland.
Yeah, truly, folks. I mean, give our website a look. There is an opportunity for everyone. Specifically, the member outings is certainly a more legal way to quote unquote jump the fence on some of those country clubs that are all on our bucket list. So go ahead in there and check out our full calendar. Like I said, registration is open today for all of our events. So head on over to scga.org. We're not done here yet, though, Jeff. As we talked about, we're obviously going to run this full schedule of events this coming year. With that understanding and the understanding that the pandemic is certainly not going anywhere, what safety precautions will continue to be in place at our events in 2021?
Yeah, great question, Jonathan. I think, like you said, despite the fact that the calendar is turning, unfortunately that doesn't mean that we're still not going to be dealing with a lot of these challenges. So we do anticipate still having a lot of the COVID-19 guidelines for competition in effect. So, I don't foresee that we will be permitting caddies until the health crisis is behind us. The golf cart situation will still remain a fluid one and one that we will pay an extreme amount of attention to. So that's determining how we can provide golf carts in a safe environment, whether it's the use of dividers or having two sets of clubs on the back, but only one person riding. I'll be interested to see how long it goes before we're, touching flag sticks or bunker rakes again, but certainly I don't foresee those protocols changing at the beginning of the year. I think we'll continue to prohibit touching the flag stick. Players will not be required to rake bunkers. If there are rakes, in most instances there aren't. And so we'll continue to have a free relief procedure for balls in the bunker, most likely. A lot of the other things, we did not hand out supplies such as paper or pencils or teas at our events. Again, I don't foresee that changing, and in some instances may never go back. There's certainly an environmental perspective to consider with a lot of that paperwork, and then there's also just the neat element of what online digital scoring has enabled us to do through the app, which most of these players now have on their phones. So I really believe much of the way we ended this year is certainly how we'll at least start the 2021 campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think most of our participants are very understanding of all of that. So, when you're staring at that full calendar, which must feel good, hopefully we can get through it and have an entire full year of events upcoming here. What are some of the events that you're looking forward to most? Do we have any new events this year, or any events that you might have highlighted on your calendar?
Yeah, another great question, and that's kind of like making me choose which of my children I like more. So I simply can't do it. But we've got a lot of highlights. Certainly, if you look at those 40+ USDA qualifiers in Southern California, the member outings, we are at a lot of Southern California's absolute best facilities. Whether it's the Valley Club of Montecito, Palos Verdes. You name it. We have so many great clubs and courses hosting. We've got some outstanding new things in the mix for all of you in 2021 that I'm really excited about. We are going to be introducing the SCGA Women's Mid-Amateur Championship. This is a new championship for us. It's going to be at Tamarisk Country Club, just one of the absolute gems in the desert. And really that event is geared toward, providing an opportunity for women 25 years of age or older, the chance to participate in a championship. I think for that specific demographic, they don't have that many opportunities once they're out of college to play in major championships. So we hope this is an avenue for them to engage with the SCGA. Another thing that I'm really excited about is this will be the first time the California Women's Amateur Championship will be played in Southern California, and it's going to be at Hacienda. So again, just another awesome site, and we're really pumped to be hosting that for the first time. We've actually expanded the field size from what was 84 in the past. We're going to be able to allow 156 women to tee it up that week at Hacienda. So super excited for that. Boy, I could keep going. You know, we're adding a senior division to our foursomes championship. We get such a great demand from those top level seniors here in Southern California, so we want to give them more opportunities. The amateur net that anybody can play in is moving to Omni La Costa Resort and Spa, which is an awesome site. It's going to be the host of many men's D1 national championships coming up. So again, just a great site for our People's Championship. And then maybe the last one that I'm really eyeing is the California Senior Amateur Championship, which is going to be at Hillcrest. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see all the changes and the remodel they did there. But again, I could say this about everything on our calendar. It's going to be a fabulous year, and we hope we can get it all in.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready, folks. That sounds like a great lineup, and we all know everybody will have a good time out there. And you know, before we go, I'd like to remind everyone that the current SCGA schedule of events for 2021 can now be found on scga.org. So head on over there to register for championships, one-day series, member outings, and much, much more. So before I let you go, Jeff, is there anything else you want to touch on, or just that we'll see everybody out there?
Well, yeah, I'd just like to take this chance to thank everybody, the whole SCGA team, all of our dedicated rules officials, and all of you, the players who made this past year a reality. We appreciate your participation. Thanks for bearing with us amidst a lot of change and uncertainty. But again, we're just thrilled to be back, and look forward to a great one coming up.
Yeah, couldn't say it any better. So, Jeff, thanks again for joining, and everybody head on over to scga.org and get your registration in. Events are now open. Jeff, talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Okay. Thanks, Jonathan.